we're about ready to get started, but I do marketing, and so I'm going to take advantage of the extra minute here.
Yeah.
If you did not receive this in the mail, we have lots of copies. This is our holiday catalog, and every single book in here is 10% off. So this is a great way to do a little holiday gift shopping. There's one more chair right here.
Come on.
So we have them up front. So if you need one, pick it up and join us and do your holiday shopping. Thank you, Caleb. And next Monday, this is our final program of the year because we don't do programs in between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I'm so happy for you.
I know. Yeah. Well, we have a few off-site, but the last one here. And the one off-site that I do want to talk about is we are bringing Mark Z. Danielewski, and he is going to do a special event at the Second Chance Ranch out the Animal Rescue League's Equine Center. And his book is called Tom's Crossing, and it's the story of two young men who set out to save two horses from slaughter. So we're going to be out there. It's a free event. You can find information. It's on December 8 at 6:30, and we're hoping that we'll have a big crowd out there for this book. Mark Danielewski has not written a book for 20 years. He wrote a book called House of Leaves, which has a super cult following, and this is his first book in 20 years, and it's about 1,200 pages. It's a heavy read. Okay, and then Sam will be here Monday, and he is related to Chris Coleman, and he's coming here from Colorado, and he's going to talk about his book, For His Heartbeat, a Drum Line. So that's at 6:30 on Monday. Okay, now we're ready, and Kelsey, take her away.
Hey y'all, how are we feeling?
Hey.
I love that. For the first time, I don't think I had to say, we're not in a library. So thank you. I'm so glad you guys are here.
I warmed them up.
You did warm them up, and I appreciate you, Jan. I need you guys to, just before we actually dive into the program, I need you to understand this is a big moment for this open mic, because we've been doing this open mic for, 2.5 years?
I think so.
It's been a while. We finally got a new mic stand, you guys. So, poets who have been coming to this, you can now adjust the mic stand. How exciting!
Unheard of.
I know, it's crazy. There's a knob on this side of the mic. That's what you'll use. But that's so exciting. Anyway, I had to share that. So hi! For those who don't know me, my name is Kelsey Bigelow. I am a poet based here in Des Moines, and I get to help host this quarterly open mic here at Beaverdale Books, and this is also officially the first open mic that is sponsored by Poetry Palooza. This is now a Poetry Palooza open mic, which I am also part of, which is why I'm still the host. If you don't know what Poetry Palooza is, that is a committee of the Iowa Poetry Association that hosts pop-up events throughout the year around central Iowa. We have our couple main events that are like Poetry on the Prairie, just a couple weeks ago that was part of Art on the Prairie in Perry, and then we do Favorite Poem Project and our big main event called Poetry Palooza in April, and so that is Poetry Palooza, and now also this open mic, which I'm excited about. Jan and I are both part of Poetry Palooza. What's up, Jerry?
Don't forget Pie in the Park.
Pie in the Poetry and Pie in the Park is one of our biggest hits, honestly. Yep. People come for the pie, and then they are tricked into staying for the poetry, and it's a great time. But tonight is a special night for this open mic, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 6 featured poets. I do words, guys, not math. But we have 6 poets that we're going to highlight tonight before we dive into the open mic, because it's a special night. We are celebrating a crazy project. Do you want to come on? No, you just come up here. Come here. We're celebrating the release of Poetry Potluck Volume 2 Anthology. This model. Yeah.
Vanna.
And for those who don't know what Poetry Potluck is, it is a project that... Who are you, by the way?
Yes, hi. I am Caleb, the Negro Artist, Rainey. I'm a spoken word poet, author, and performer, all that jazz. And the co-editor with Kelsey for Poetry and Potluck. Poetry Potluck. Wow.
Yeah.
I made this up.
Genuinely, this project is Caleb's idea, so I'm about to make him so uncomfortable for the fact that he got his own name wrong. But Poetry Potluck, if you don't know, is this crazy project that Caleb and I started almost 3 years ago, over 3 years ago, where on the first Monday of every month, our audiences on Instagram give us random words. And then by that Friday, the two of us write poems using all of those words. Yeah, it's crazy. But we like our audience is better than ourselves. And so we open it up to everybody. And you only have to write a poem using 5 of the words by the end of the month, not in a week. And then we compile all of those poems into this anthology. And there's no gatekeeping. There's no submission fee. If you will get in. We are not picking and choosing who gets published because it's a potluck, right? So if you bring something to the table, you get to eat. And so you bring a poem to the table with at least 5 words from that month and you get to be published. And so tonight we have a few Des Moines-based contributors that we are getting to celebrate. We are actually on tour. We started this tour last night in Iowa City with Iowa City poets, and then we are going to Kansas City, Billings, Montana, and Atlanta, Georgia to showcase a few of those other local poets in their areas too. What else am I missing?
Yeah, we have poets from all across the world who have contributed to this anthology. And then what we did is we reached out to all the contributors and said, hey, like Kelsey and I, we have stages and places that we read often. But there are plenty of writers here in this book that this is their first publication, or they just don't know exactly how to go about doing all of that. And so we offered our expertise and said, well, we'll make a tour out of this. If you want us to come to your city and make a reading for you to share your work, we'll do all the legwork, right? That's our job. We know how to do that. We'll set up a space for you if you'll come and you'll share. And so we did even have some people, from across the world who said that'd be great, but we don't have that kind of budget, so could not do that. But that is part of the reason that we are going to Billings, Montana, and Atlanta. Is these are contributors who said we love that we were a part of this, but we would also love to share it with our community more. And so that's why we're building this like that.
Yeah. So can we share some of those poems with you guys?
Yeah.
Take it away, Caleb.
Okay, before I share, I would love you all to know that I'm a spoken word poet, right? So I'm going to read books or poems that are from this book, but I am still going to expect you to kind of be an audience with me that is a spoken word audience, which means when I share something, or any of these poets or readers come up and they share something, if you like it, there are things you can do to share that you like it, right? The idea here is we believe in reciprocal energy. This is not this, again, as Kelsey said, not a library, right? We don't have to be quiet and silent here. The idea is that we get to engage with each other. So when I share this work, if there's anything that resonates with you that you like, there are things you can do. One of the things you can do is that you can snap. So let's snap together. Let's warm up in this space. Yes, but there are always options, always alternatives, right? So maybe you can't snap. I
can't snap.
My man, I get you. For me, I'm not putting this on you, but my great Aunt Ella, she came to a show of mine. She loves me. She's one of my biggest fans. And she was like, Caleb, I want to, but the arthritis. And I was like, you're right. And so there are always other options, right? So one thing you can do is you can tap your feet on the ground. Yes, a little rumble. Yes. You can say short terms. So this is not like the movies where the moment you make a sound, the person in front of you is going to shh, right? That's not what's going to happen. So you can say short, wow, okay. You can laugh if something's funny. You are allowed to make sound in this space. And then, of course, lastly, just because I am who I am, I do this all the time, and I'm trying to get everyone else to do it so that I'm less weird. Which is if you hear something you like, a line resonates with you, something like that, you can grunt. And I'm talking about that guttural, so you guys kind of got it. You were think about what you're going to eat on Thanksgiving or any other day that's beautiful with great food, and you go, yes. At any point throughout poems and throughout people sharing, you can give that energy. It is encouraged, it's welcome, it's invited. Now I'm going to share some poems, but I'm going to need some help. So Kelsey and I do this every month, right? You just showed them how to do it, and I'm doing it the wrong way. What a fool. What a man. So because of that, I have a really hard time choosing what poems to share. So I'm just going to ask for a month. Someone give me a month.
December.
What was that?
December.
December. You were locked in. You were ready. All right. So I will share December of 2024. Yeesh Louise. Let's see what it is. Who knows? And the words I had for this month were absolutely, ashtray, despondent, dragon, enchanted, essence, ganglia. So I have to remember some of these words. Jigaboo, joy, lacrimare, molasses, neophyte, Nostradamus, onism, polyamorous, potions. Onism. Someone in here gave me that word. Polyamorous, potions, ramble, refresh, snapmare. That one, I think that one's. I'm trying to even remember what these words mean. I'm sorry. So if you don't know it, I didn't know it either. Don't feel like this is super inaccessible. I didn't know. We had to learn. Summit, tether, truffles, verklempt, and wicked. So I got all these words and said, how do we make a poem? And this is what we've got. In the depths of December, I begin to feel despondent. I don't know where I sat my hope down at, but I can't seem to find it again. When I look to the heavens for help, this wicked winter wipes clouds across clear skies so often even Nostradamus couldn't find the North Star at night. My joy might need a jump start in this dark. But the cables and these hands are tied and tethered to doom like a deflated balloon. Some days, I can barely get off the ground. This reality makes a metaphor out of me. I can feel myself losing the essence of my identity. Not sure what to make of me, so I state the truths that I know. Not what I am, but what I am not. I am not the sadness sat inside of my chest. Even if the lacrimare is there, tears filling up lungs until it feels like I'm drowning, I am not molasses. I'm not moving too slow. I am not an ashtray, not a bowl to hold the leftovers of your taking. I am not violence. Not the snapmare made off the summit of wrestling ring ropes meant to slam the backside of my opponents onto mats. I am not a dragon, an enchanted myth made only to dominate. I am not a jigaboo, the nigga who you call the boogeyman because you can. I am not a monster. And when I find that absolute, I am able to move towards a new light. Turn a page and become a neophyte. Become polyamorous with my potential. In love with all the possibilities of me. Click the refresh button over and over again with no haunting of onism because I know I have a whole world within me. All I have to do is forage through my forest to find my truffles, my truth, add them to potions of positivity, and drink up until I am verklempt with contentedness.
Wow.
Somehow we make crazy words work. Someone give me one more month here. What's April? Ooh, I think I like April. I don't remember. Is what happens. When you do this every month, they start just blurring together a little bit. So that's May, and I'm pretty sure April came before that. So
They're in the same order every year.
April 13th, the birthday of James Bond.
Ooh. Okay.
And mine.
And mine. I like we slide that in. Yeah. All right. This is. The words I have in this is bench, champagne, clandestine, craving, daffodil, depressed, dollop, dusk, fantasy. We missed a comma. Gnarled, iridescent, mug, nostalgia, paracosm. Paracosm. Wow, I definitely don't remember what that word means. We're going to learn in this poem. Pollen and rabbit. So this is called Spring is Sitting. Spring is sitting on a bench at dusk with a drink and a single daffodil. A wish. A waiting. a wanting to hold on to every last dollop of day drop, knowing this is November's nostalgia in the making. Bare feet on the ground, an eager germination as toes become roots and spread amongst the grass. This place in time will pollinate purpose through pores. A lucky rabbit's foot will look like yours. This is a fantasy, a paracosm, a paradise, and there were days where its radiant iridescence felt clandestine. The sun's secret kept between winter's gnarled teeth, dead trees, and depression biting down on dreams in daylight. There was a craving to cave, submit to darkness. But today is spring, and the hard shell of survival is bursting with the bubbling and budding of life. A clay mug filled with champagne at sunset with a single daffodil.
Oh.
Hey, cheers time.
Give it up again for Caleb. All right, I have a few special poets that I want to share with you, and writers, that I want to share with you. I'm going to write their names down so I don't forget, because my brain is not here. It is, but I don't trust myself. Okay, great. Not in this order, but that is what I've got. Okay, so Angela, do you want to go first?
Okay.
Yeah, all right, let's welcome up Angela to the mic.
Yeah! Oh, yeah.
First of all, I want to make sure everybody in the back can hear me okay. Can you hear me, Maggie? No.
I got you. Try again. That's me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Move it up.
Move it on.
Like there? Is that
Get
better?
closer.
Yeah,
Okay.
get closer. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, well, I want to make sure. Okay. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you to Beaverdale Books, and thank you to Caleb and Kelsey for being here and for supporting us, and Beaverdale Books as well. Thank you. I'm going to start out with a couple of my potluck poems. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what words I use. It's not as long a list as Caleb. But the first one's called Feminist, and I used chokehold, ego, milquetoast, philosophical, and scorn. I was considered milquetoast as a teenager. When I had laryngitis, no classmates knew. Later on, Mom would say, "She bloomed like a rose." Did I develop an ego or put doubt in a chokehold? I believe my philosophical scorn for patriarchy got loud.
Wow.
And this is called A Curse, and it's also got a high school theme for some reason. I used crumbs, grief, grit, nefarious, and pernicious.
Ooh.
I look back and see crumbs of friendship. We were connected through grief, yet your nefarious intent stands time. You were pernicious in your reign. Your swing choir voice canceled me out. No singing in the station wagon. Lucky for me, grit and grace persevered.
Oh.
Thank you. My last poem I'm going to read is one that was just published in the Grantwood Country Chronicle.
Congrats.
And Elaine Manningly is the editor, and she reached out to me and she said, "I would like to put this poem in the front of the book." And I said, okay.
Let's go.
It's called Grant's Meadow. The key to all of it, your longing, your place, a pebble in our soul. The soil holds the answer, yet we continue to desalinate ourselves. Since you've been gone, we've merely tiptoed. We need to dig deeper for the land, for you.
Give it up again for Angela. Angela, I got a copy of the Chronicle from Elaine, and I opened it, and the first thing I saw was your poem, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Angela! That's so exciting!" And so that's so great. Oh, I love that. All right, I'm gonna keep her moving. Hey Josh, do you want to go next? All right, let's welcome up Josh Borgman.
Sure. So, yeah, I'm not going to try to say all the words I use. Caleb read half of he gave you about half of the words that I think Kelsey had different words.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think I used about 3/4 of all of them.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. This is December. So, yeah, the title pretty much says it all. This was written at I don't know, December 30th or 31st or something, last minute, trying to get it in, messed up the form, just went with it, and used a whole lot of words, and I called it Prophecies of Caffeinated Bravado. My mind a gleeful abundance fueled by coffee, my thoughts an auspicious ramble, a self-proclaimed Nostradamus reborn, not absolutely omniscient, so I yearn in pursuit of imaginary dragons who rumble across my ganglia, impulses making me wicked till my despondent soul demands refresh. To joy a neophyte, a dark cache to refresh, in need of a potion, my enchanted coffee, a gnarly concoction, I hereby dub wicked zenith, the perfect solution for a ramble. When my predictions seem a duplicitous rumble, a sip fills me with grace, the prophet's reborn, but for a missing essence I still yearn. Is it omniessence which I yearn? Psychological snowfall, a necessary refresh, future convalescence, all pass, reborn, time dilation, alchemy, transforming molasses into coffee, a caffeinated tether holds as synapses rumble. I fear the come down is going to be wicked, a snapmare from perfect next snap, nerves ramble, taking hits from Suplex City, a gore from a rambling minotaur, stuck wrestling nostalgia. I yearn for K-Fab, like I'll play the heel, strike a wicked pose, cut a promo like slicing an onion, let those tears refresh, leave you verklempt with my most ingenious rumbling, spit so hard I make Flair think he's been reborn, an absolutely articulate theory of everything, the truffle of coffees, my vision returns, making me lacrimate in my coffee, theatrical as wrestling, truth in lies, prophecies ramble as they shall, for speech is just mythology reborn, the distillation of all the dreams angels yearn to hide from the polyamorous pixies. Their roars rumble like dragonborn clerics of holidays most wicked, where superheroes and lunatics pray a heavy stipend to refresh. For the sake of clarity, my words I shall refresh, because it's clear that I've gleefully consumed too much coffee and cast myself in a lead role in Wicked like Jeff Goldblum. I'm known to ramble, but isn't a prophecy just a fool's rumblings? Isn't anything new? Isn't any new tale just an old story reborn? Still onism leaves us eternally yearning. My words always rumble on about something wicked. My dreams yearn to be universes reborn, forever buffering, rumbling, thoughts refreshing. Drink more coffee.
That was awesome, Josh. Did you count how many words made it in there?
I don't know.
There's a lot.
20
I can look. It's a lot. Wow.
I tried to keep track. I was.
While you were doing this.
Probably before that.
A whole pot, whole thing. Yeah. I love that. You're one of my favorite forum poets, and always getting to hear them perform live is always so fun. So thank you so much. Give it up again for Josh. Hey, Ashley. Ashley, you want to come up? Let's welcome Ashley on up to the mic.
Oh my God, I know her.
Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you to Kelsey and Caleb and Beaverdale Books and all the other poets as well. So, yeah. Okay, this one is from November. I'm timing myself here. It's called Ache of Onism. And the words that I used are carve, catharsis, celestial, chance, forefront, magnanimous, lavender, periphery, symbiotic, syzygy, and verklempt. Yeah. Onism wasn't like a word for this month, but I just love that word. So, yeah. I actually gave that word to Caleb.
It was you, right? I thought so.
Yeah, okay. Ache of Onism. There is so much at the forefront of my mind that it's hard to stay focused on one thing at a time. Something is always aching to be known in the periphery. I've come to know an underlying ache in every day. That is to say, there is so much beauty, so much to experience, and I worry I won't even get to experience most of what I want to, because our time here on Earth together is just a blip in the scheme of the universe. The universe, and every single one of us is a universe, is made up of the universe, is caught up in orbit around each other, our own orbits, oscillating atoms, pushing and pulling, pushing away from each other and then pulling towards each other, because the call of connection will ultimately always beckon us. We are constant constellations, tension tugging at us and tightening our trajectories. And I'm so sentimental, finding emotion in inanimate things, facts, artifacts, really everything, anything at all. I crave a slow pace of life, seemingly ironic because my brain moves so fast. Quickly, sorry. But I crave plenty of time to spend with the celestial, pondering the syzygy and the sky and how it ties to all of us, here, where gravity is more grandeur and ever grounding. I need big, wide open skies. Seeing those with my two eyes connects my soul to everything beyond this world, even while I remain tethered here. Something sure and certain to make me very verklempt. Verklempt, watching the moon eclipse the sun, speaking of syzygy. Listening to the interstellar soundtrack, better yet, listening to the interstellar soundtrack while staring up at the stars. Staring into the flecks of starlight colored into a lover's eyes. Creating art to immortalize moments, knowing I'll always crave to create more of it than I ever can. Collecting and collecting and collecting these moments in the hopes that loving them enough to lure out my lens and capture them and create images of them will somehow strike up those feelings again, anytime I rewind back by looking through my camera roll, my printed photographs. In this life, this chance of a life, this beautiful dance of the raw, real, aching, beautiful, torturous, lonely, connected, lovely, everything life, it pays to seek out the symbiotic. And it is everywhere, if we open our eyes, minds, hearts, whole beings to it. Mushrooms making homes atop their mycelium below trees' filaments and root tips intertwining, working together, threading through the soil for nutrients and carbon. Bees dusting themselves in lavender pollen and lavender, returning the love by blooming more and more because we all bloom with care. Trying to carve out a calling, how we can contribute to the good, create symbiosis and harmony, love and beauty, craving to conjure up that meaning. We uncover and mirror each other's light and darkness. Catharsis comes to me through writing and also through conversations where connection takes center and we just get each other. And I crave magnanimous love, flowing like magma under the surface at the core, as long as it doesn't cease to be seeped in such generosity, harden up and turn into shards to cut myself on.
Ooh.
As long as it remains soft yet strong, passionate yet gentle, flowing on and on and on. So long as it doesn't scratch at its seams to bubble out from under the crust and become lava, burning too bright, solidifying into soot after the eruption, and burning all rationality in sight. And now surely you see what I mean. So much in my mind at all times, this underlying ache because of the beauty of life itself, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, the other one's too long, so I'm going to do my other potluck one quick, because it's short. This one was from April, and the words that I used are champagne, chartreuse, craving, dollop, fantasy, mystic, nostalgia, paracosm, and vivid. It's called kaleidoscopic nostalgia. I get a sense of nostalgia, thinking of how she told me chartreuse is her favorite shade of green, thinking of how there's things I mean but I didn't say. A dollop of fantasy carries me away. It's easy for me to get carried away. The young, imaginative child who would build paracosms full of castles, fairies and animals eating hazelnut soup, now morphed into a young adult woman, intrigued by the mystic and longing, craving for confirmation of something more, vivid visions of what could be and what is mixing in my mind. I create a cocktail of these moments, collected up and stuck, ingredients far more valuable to me than any champagne. I still, to this day, escape into my mind, albeit in a different way. One of my dearest friends told me we are mosaics of all the people we've known. I don't disagree. I think people are like kaleidoscopes, constantly changing with our inner patterns remaining, rotating, our matter formed up of our interactions with each other. Things that stick in our minds from one another, much of what gives us our color. Some things change, and some things stay constant, but nostalgia will always be carried alongside certain memories. Thank you.
Ashley, that reminded me of Sarah Kay this last weekend. This is not a metaphor, but like everything in life kind of is. And yeah, so I'm with you. I feel that. Thank you for sharing. Give it up again for Ashley. All right, I'm super excited to welcome up this next person because I know it's their first time in it. Can we give them so much love?
Yeah.
Please welcome up Macy.
Yeah.
Got something to say?
So I don't really write poetry, but being friends with Kelsey and Caleb made me brave and try, and so I did submit one to the potluck, but I'm going to read something from my own Substack that's a little more essay. My Substack's called With Uncertainty. If you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome. But this piece is called See You in My Dreams. I decided to track every person that appeared in my dreams for 1 full year. These are a few of the results. Matt, 108 dreams. My husband's appearances in my dreams are always different. Sometimes we've split up and we both blame me. Sometimes we are in love and we understand how we got here. Sometimes we have sex, but not like we're a married couple. We are all sorts of variations of us when he shows up. It doesn't surprise me he's the person I dreamt about the most when I sleep next to him every night. My mom, 100 dreams. My mom is never my mom in my dreams. She's mean, cruel. Dream mom doesn't care about my feelings or my opinions or what I wanted to eat for dinner. She is someone who my true mom would hate. My dreams seem to be an amalgamation of every experience of anxiety I've ever had. Dream me seems to be the person I'm scared I actually am. I fuck up a lot in my dreams. All of my loved ones are the people I'm afraid of them being in my dreams. Or maybe they see me in my dreams the way I'm terrified they see me in real life.
Oh my God.
Hadley, 11 dreams. I've known her since preschool. We played softball together our entire childhoods. In middle school, we were 2 of the best on our team. In high school, she continued to be one of the best on our team, while I ended many games crying and avoiding my parents as long as I could. When she's in my dreams, I'm normally up to bat and I can't find my shoes. Or the game is beginning soon and we're at a tournament 3 hours away and I don't have the right jersey. Or a coach is wondering why they haven't kicked me off the team yet. I wake up and I still feel like crying. James, 18 dreams. My first and only ex-boyfriend. I'm now happily married and I haven't spoken to him in years, so I feel a bit of shame about this one. It's the same shame I felt when I watched season 4, episode 5 of Girls for the first time. I watched Adam and Hannah give in to the specific heartbreak that comes from something you suspected needed to end but continued anyway, and my body shook with sobs. I could see in Lena Dunham's eyes how she had resigned herself to the first step of letting go, despite it absolutely tearing at her insides. Her desperation while she contends with the idea that the person who said he loved her had decided that he couldn't anymore, and the grief that carries. Adam Driver's voice drops because he knows he will topper her right over when he admits he might love his new girlfriend. It's brutally honest about the devastation that occurs when a love exists and matters but doesn't complete the journey you imagine for it. The untangling of your life with someone you care about strips your bones clean. I have long been cut off from those feelings of love and desperation, but I am not so much cut off from those feelings of smallness. The first time your sense of self shatters is always the loudest. I cried hard enough that I scared my husband a bit. That episode left me unsettled, as did these 18 dreams. I've never been someone who has nightmares, but I do wake up from many of my dreams feeling awful, like I've broken something fundamental to the fabric of my world. I imagine nightmares as otherworldly, as a visit of terror from somewhere humans aren't meant to know. But my nightmares are about cruel love, an absence of love. My nightmares are misunderstanding and desperation. I am supposed to be driving a moving car, but I'm sitting in the back seat. I am begging my best friend not to leave me. Everyone ignores my voice, no matter how loud I cry. Kristen, 81 dreams. I have known Kristen since we were 4. She is my best friend. We are now approaching 30. We can legally drink beer together without fear, and we have salaries. We have our own pets. But in my dreams, we are 13, and I am begging for her forgiveness again. Or we're 28, but the barriers that once lived between us have made a reappearance, and I have no recourse. Or we're an indiscriminate age, and I'm protecting her from the world, and I'm failing. Outside of my family, she is the longest, steadiest relationship in my life. We share matching tattoos and bright secrets and a history that will continue to be written until one of us floats away into the liminal again. But in my dreams, I can't reach her. Kendra, 22 dreams. She was the barrier that lived between Kristen and I in middle school, and she's still the barrier that lives between us in my dreams. She is the only person I've never forgiven. Grandpa Goodyear, 5 dreams. 3 days after I stopped tracking my dreams, I had the most vivid dream I'd had in weeks. 3 things happened. There was an assignment I had a whole school year to complete that I only remembered at the beginning of May. There was an icy hill on my college campus that I couldn't climb without falling. And my maternal grandmother was more lively than she's ever been. She was thinking about buying a guitar. She was baking again, and baking so much. Her banana bars were fluffier than ever. I miss when she used to send me scotcheroos. I miss when her mind wasn't telling her that my grandpa is still alive when he's been dead for 2 years. I often want my dreams to mean something tangible, but I'm not always sure if I believe that they do. I do wonder if my grandpa is visiting me in my dreams sometimes, or if I just miss him. My dreams seem to be a manifestation of all my anxieties, but it feels hopeful to imagine that they're unlocking access to something more. As I'm writing this, there's a cardinal on our deck. I'm trying to see if I sense my grandpa when I look at it. My uncle thinks that's how my grandpa visits him, but I'm not sure if he just knows the superstition and is hoping it's him. I do think he would want to visit us if he was able. He always did love a good visit. I wish I had let him drop in on me unannounced more often. I wish I had called him the Friday before he died. Someone asked me the other day if I'm dreaming more vividly now that I'm pregnant. I didn't know that that could be a symptom. I told them no, I have always had vivid dreams. I have always woken up still reeling from what I put myself through the night before. Lucky me.
Lucky me.
How'd that feel?
Good.
Yay! Give it up for Macy. I remember reading that essay on Substack, and I loved getting to hear it too. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Hey, can I share a couple?
Yeah!
I forgot my book at home. Give me a month. June, okay. You are on it. You really are. I can't think of months that fast. I'm like, what's a month?
You're like, Monday. Wait.
Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. Okay. So the words I had to use in this poem were chokehold, deride, Einsteinium, felicity, giddy, ladybug, luminescence, muppet, obscure, regurgitate, sabermetrics, safeguard, scorn, shunt, strategy, I'm getting out of breath, succinct, tantalizing, and Verisimilitude. Yeah, that's a word we use regularly, right? Every day.
I wake up saying it.
Yeah. This poem is called Finding Felicity. Lately, I've had my self-talk in a chokehold, deriding every day that I don't get enough work done as if my to-do list carries more value than my needs.
Oh.
This Einsteinium in my brain has turned me into my own radioactive death rattle. But between gasps, I learned felicity can also mean finding the right way to express my thoughts. Something I've never been great at. I think this is why I write. There's a disorienting giddiness in discovering myself, like a ladybug lingering too long in the light, and realizing I am more luminescence than Muppet, more clear than obscure, even when I don't feel like it. So I make myself regurgitate affirmations that my friends make me hear. I make my... Shut up. I make myself stop tracking their successes against mine, because sabermetrics are not there to tell me I am behind, but rather where I'm at in my own path. So I remind myself of the safeguards I have built. Then I work on silencing the scorn and shunting my self-talk from shame to strategic self-love. See, I am trying to find felicity, at least a succinct kind. One I can hold on to as breath tantalizes me. One that reminds me I am verisimilitude, that I am real, that I am right on track, and that I am doing my best. And that means I am doing a good job. What affirmations do you make me hear all the time? Don't.
Do you want that right now?
No. Somebody else give me a month, quick. May. Okay. That comes before June. I need you guys to know I'm forever... Oh, wow. I haven't read this poem in a long time. I'm going to forever make this joke because last night Caleb was trying to find a poem in Iowa City, right? And somebody in the audience, he was like, where is June or whatever month? Where is June? And she's like, well, they're in the same order every year. And I'm going to use that forever. Oh, this poem is so fun. Okay. Let's talk about extended metaphor. Okay, so the words I had to use. Buckle up and take a breath. Accurate, alert, cattywampus, certificate, daffodil, ecology, firmament, fortnight, mansion, mirifical. Whoever said that gave me that word, I bet. Mirifical, morph, orthogonal, pacifier, poem, portent, scrape, shrimp, stalagmite, tortured, waddle, and Yoda. Yeah.
Star Wars.
Just throw a little. It's actually not. The title of this poem is not about Stardew Valley. How many in here know what Stardew Valley is? Thank you. I appreciate you. I played it yesterday, caught up on my farm in the mines. Okay. It's a video game. This poem is not about Stardew Valley. I'm loading a new save file with fresh years ahead. I get the certificate to a hand-me-down farm and see the overgrown acreage. I want to clear it all at once, but I learned last time that it's best to address it little by little. I'm learning the balance in this new ecology, foraging for distractions in daffodils and dandelions, morphing between hobbies. One day, I'm a tortured miner, scraping for stalagmite, knowing it doesn't exist in this world, and still I search. The next day, I'm the Yoda of making every predictable person love this alter ego, easy to do in a world with an answer sheet. Some days, I waddle to the beach, wasting time so my real self can admire the fake firmament. The sunset, a pacifier for the alerts in my chest. They become noticeable, so I fish instead, hoping to catch some shrimp for the spouse waiting back in the farmhouse that we treat as our own mirifical mansion. Back at the farm, where I scrape barns clean and improve my watering can accuracy. Because each day... Thank you. Because each day I play is a portent telling me that this poem will end better than it started, despite any cattywampus creature I encounter or orthogonal decisions I make. Because this is not Fortnite, and no one has to die in this world for me to win.
Come on. Come on.
I really love you guys for getting that, because I definitely read that like on live, like Instagram live, and I guarantee no one in that live knew what any of those inside jokes meant. So thank you for the watering can accuracy, Chuckle. I appreciate you. All right. Can we give it up for all the Poetry Potluck poets tonight?
Absolutely.
All right. We are going to shift into the open mic portion now. Open micers. I want to respect Beaverdale Books' time, and I want to give you time to buy books. So you have one poem or 3 minutes. That's what you got. Okay? Cool? We're good?
Cool.
Appreciate that? Okay, great. I love that. All right. Pete, do you want to kick us off? Woo! Yeah. All right, let's welcome Pete up to the mic.
Yeah. You gotta help me though. I got you. Chair. My ankle is falling asleep.
Oh. Do you want to bring your chair? Use this. Got you.
2 minutes now.
And stopwatch started.
So we're gonna set the scene. Okay.
Oh, set the scene.
We brought costumes.
So this is
This is not a slam. Props and costumes are allowed.
Yeah, you can do it.
this is my version of Doctor Who. Tom Baker's Doctor Who scarf. But it's not a Doctor Who theme. Okay. Okay, so I've stolen something from the Beaverdale Books. Now you can have them order this. I think this is the last copy.
It is the only copy.
So you can't have this one because I'm buying it. But this is from Washington Irving's A Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories. It's got a lot of stories in it. But this is the fall time that we're in, so, the scarf is appropriate. Even though I had this made. It's not quite like a regular scarf. But there's a scene in this story of a Sleepy Hollow. And you're talking about a Dutch town that was almost 200 years old when this was written. And the descriptions are unbelievable. Not just the scene of the town, but the people as well. What I'm going to describe to you is a scene in the Van Tassel house, which was a big house. And in the fall time, they didn't have Halloween parties. That didn't come around until the 1920s. But they had fall festival parties. And here's Ichabod Crane going to this fall festival party. And first he describes the people there. And especially the young ladies, which I'm not going to get into because that's not the point. This is the point. It's a fall festival party. So what do you have at a fall festival party? Food. I'm a big fan of food. Dutch country tea table. In the sumptuous time of autumn, such heaped up platters of cakes of various and almost indescribable kinds, known only to experienced Dutch housewives. There was the doughty doughnut, the tender oliekoek, don't know what that is, and the crisp and crumbly cruller, sweet cakes and shortcakes, ginger cakes and honey cakes, and the whole family of cakes. And then there were the apple pies, and the peach pies, and the pumpkin pies, and besides, slices of ham and smoked beef, and moreover, the electrical dishes of preserved plums, and peaches, and pears, and quinces, not to mention broiled shad, that's a fish, roasted chickens, together with bowls of milk and cream, all mingled, higgledy-piggledy, pretty much as I have enamorated them, with the motherly teapot sending up its clouds of vapor from the midst. Heaven bless the mark. I went breath and time to discuss this banquet as it deserves, and I am too eager to get on with my story. Happily, Ichabod Crane.
Oh.
So you can imagine a fall festival party. And when my great-great-uncle built what's called the Chamberlain Mansion, but at that time it was called the Westchester House, in 1903, when it was finished, that's what they would have, fall festival parties, and it was huge. Just like this.
Thank
So thank you.
Thank you.
Give it up again for Pete. All right, I want to keep us moving. I had the name. It's gone. Jordan, do you want to go? Sure. Let's welcome up Jordan.
Yeah.
If I can figure this thing out too.
Yeah.
It's a real challenge, but okay, passed the first test. Am I good? All right. Okay, so my name is Jordan, and I am a mental health therapist here in Des Moines, and I work with Casey in the second row here, one of the best social workers in the field today.
Hell yeah.
Also here with my wife Sam, just behind Casey, who Sam did the smart thing, and she listened to all my online classes, so she got a free education. And the reason I say that is because this is a poem that I wrote in graduate school, and we had a class on different theories that are used in therapy world, and I chose to write a poem about psychodynamic theory, which was created by Sigmund Freud. So hopefully this all makes sense. This one's called That Psychodynamic Feeling. We've all felt pain of different kinds. Pain of the flesh, pain of the mind. They say that all wounds heal with time. Yet what of pain that perseveres, the kind that lingers deep in chronic, a living death, mental plague, bubonic? We wonder just how to stop it. How does one best a foe unseen, with spoken words and self as tools? For no vaccine exists to solve the question of identity and painful childhood memory. But solutions grow and incubate as theories pass from you to me, ideas for how to treat the pain that binds, yet sets us free. It's hard to say which method's best to heal a weary, fractured mind. A theory's worth is only found through leaps of faith, proved right by time. Psychodynamic, what a word, with connotations reaching vast. Let's take a look into the past. Setting the clocks back several years, we find a man, this Sigmund Freud. For some I know his name is something to avoid. Just listen, please. Don't be annoyed. When we hear the phrase psychodynamic, it might inspire frenzied panic, as thoughts drift back to old Greek tales, plays and stories, tragedies of sons and mothers, both in love. Yet psychodynamic reaches deep the very foundations of therapy, the subconscious avoidance, association-free. Say whatever comes to mind. Attachments and transference too, projections between me and you. Beyond these traits, to Mr. Freud, we owe credibility that helped our profession grow. Psychodynamic encourages oneself to know, to wrestle with feelings and thoughts below the surface of one's mind. Time. Time is different in the mind. It passes, and then some forget how they felt in the moment. Whether from childhood or just yesterday, the past will have something to say. For others, it seems the painful past feels it will forever last. To overcome this hurt and be made whole, psychodynamic begs we acknowledge the toll the years have taken on our soul. Holes. Holes form in heart and mind, yet psychodynamic is the kind that takes our thoughts and words, or simple rhymes, while teaching us to be more kind towards self and others, to live our dreams and learn the secret of what life means. So with Psychodynamic, I beg you, please do not dismiss it out of hand. The theory deserves at least a chance, or maybe just a single dance, to see if it might be appealing to pull back the layers of this healing that leaves so many confused and reeling. But what do I know? It's just a feeling.
Oh, nice.
That was great. I'm giving you Psychodynamic next month.
No! Give it to our guy.
Christopher would do really good stuff with that. Okay, I'll give Psychodynamic too. We do guests now every month for Poetry Potluck, so I'll give Psychodynamic. All right. We've got just a few left on the open mic. Lair, are you ready? Let's welcome up Lair.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. I do have two, but they're pretty short, so it should be fine. Okay. This first one's called Memories Have Teeth. Okay. Images that once were familiar and promptly came to be such commonplace, in spite of many a cry and whimper, reside with highest attainable grace. In the forefront section of one's own mind, lodgings of utmost respect and splendor, if not with full intent from fond rewind. Desire paths from all to the center. Should you try to leave them behind, prepare for the fury and the fear of the denied. The neglected will always thrash and tear, those afraid of silence, quite loud have cried. Forget not memories have teeth, my dear. They will gorge themselves on your fear. This other one is actually the only one I've ever read out loud before at a speech competition last year. But that was with like 3 months of rehearsal and sandwiched between the two like incredibly famous poets from the 1700s. So never on its own. It's called Sincere Deception. Okay. To speak on love as one who has never felt her sweet lips, into a life of ignorant misery another soul slips. To speak of happiness with understanding the morose is to allow free thinking and imagination to forever doze. The anger that lingers in the hearts of the free is for the lost companions still nailed to the tree. Sympathy runs deep as they once felt that chain, paired with the unmatched fear of feeling it again. The true third law of motion, the rule of a dreamer, vigilant, attentive minds are clearer. Wanderer and prisoner, neither aware, reside in equal opposite torment there.
I'm so short. Give it up again for Lair. Hey, Jerry, you ready?
Sure.
Come grace us with your presence up here. Let's welcome Jerry up to the mic.
Since it's autumn, I brought an autumn poem. Yes. How's that for imagination? Holding on. Hours small and hollow, lonely most foredawns, with fay and mains filled, soughing starlight between the years. Your name on my tongue evokes a bedding of sunlight and sunflowers. Summers a score and more past that radiate their warmth into this November night and tie you yet to us still living. Interlude. By what jest or plan the gods cast us together is irrelevant. Missed by none but each other, drained by a day at discovering one another. In pulsing red motel neon darkness, we lie together. I have not yet memorized your face, the hills and plains, the valleys of your body. You are warmth, tenderness, acceptance. In the silence of this small room, silence of skin against skin, until sweat wet it takes voice to sing a song we both need. in the vast colds of life in winter.
Give it up again for Jerry. I'm so glad you're standing. No, yeah, you can start making your way up.
I was after him on the book, so I figured.
Yep, you're right. Our last poet of the night is somebody I'm super excited for you guys to meet if you haven't already. Please welcome up Maggie.
Maggie. I'm elderly and I stagger.
Take your time.
I got vertigo. I'll fall in.
You need a cane?
Heck no. I'm not that wobbly. But I have reached a milestone. Oh, wait. I had cataract removed. Both. And I can read the back of the room.
Let's go.
So I go back there, if I see eyelids droop.
You can see it. You'll know. You'll know it.
But now I have readers. Now you're all gone. You're just a blur. So. At least I can see my paper. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Somewhere a box of broken crayons lingers behind drippy, sticky squirt bottles of rainbow-colored tempera paint. Memories of a childhood spent struggling for recognition as the family minority child. 3 brothers. Somewhere a hank of curly blonde hair, tossed aside before discovered, feeds earthworms, pill bugs, cannot hide the new bangs, hairy scissors. Somewhere a report card discloses the student excels in math, reading comprehension, grammar, needs work on keeping hands to self. Somewhere a battle-tested woman surveys her diplomas, licenses, awards, her clan, and thinks to herself, I wouldn't change a thing. I am a warrior queen. Woo! The report card adds, Margaret talks too much. Me? Surely it must have been that other Margaret. Okay. This is recent. This is really recent. This is not too far ago. Construction zone etiquette. Apparently, good construction manners don't start before business hours. How do I know this? At 30 minutes after sunup, I was bumped awake by the noise of 10,000 camels racing, hooves pounding to the playground in a nearby city park, accompanied by chirping of 1,000 angry blue jays hollering to one another. Watch out, I'm backing up, I can't see where I'm going. Defeated in quest for sweet sleep in early morning, I arise, dress, and face the day without the quiet I deserve for being a gracious hostess to onslaught of construction mayhem. I will forever grant the crews their accolades for whatever improvements they make to my sunny corner of the world. But do they have to do it so early?
It was the other Margaret.
It was the other Margaret.
Those QR codes.
All right. Can we give it up for all of the poets tonight? If you are interested, we have Beaverdale Books has copies of this anthology for sale. We've got a bunch of them up here. And if you maybe aren't able to buy them tonight, no, not that. You're right. No, but they could. You can also scan the QR code that we have up here, and you'll be able to order this anthology as well as our first one from last year. That goes to our link tree.
Yes.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Can you talk about what that is?
Yes, I forgot that's on the link tree. So yes, so there's QR codes up here. So if you're interested, both in ordering the books, but Also, if you're a person who's like, I would love to contribute and be a part of this, but I'm not on Instagram like that, then you can also use that QR code that leads right to our link tree, and you can sign up for the newsletter, which means that we will send you the words every month once we get them. So you'll still have those words, and then that'll be the same form in which you will submit your poem in that. So you don't have to be on Instagram in order to be a part of Poetry Potluck. That's just where it lives for us. But we were like, there are plenty of poets who do not like social media or Instagram for so many reasons, all valid. So if you are interested, come up here, scan that QR code, and then you can sign up, and then those words will get sent to you. No pressure, but then you'll have the access. Is this a hand?
Question.
Yes.
The words that you said, do we have to use all of them? Or?
Good question. So we will be, I collect words, Kelsey collects words, and our guest every month collects words. So we have somewhere between like 30 to 50 words every month, somewhere around that. We expect you all just to use 5. So Josh, he used 2/3 of a list. That had to be so many words. But all you have to do is use 5. And in the form, it'll ask which 5 words you used. And that's how we'll know that you did it.
Mm-hmm. Is there anywhere for people to suggest words you could use?
So there's no way to suggest words unless you're on social media. Unless you're on Instagram, that's the first Monday of every month. So December 1st, we're going to go on our Instagram, on our stories, and we'll say, hey, we're asking for words, send us words. And that's how people send us a whole bunch of words.
I have gotten that question from other people, and I love that so much. But if we opened it up to people outside of our Instagram stories, we would have 10,000. We would have a whole dictionary. So, yeah.
All right.
I think that's it. From Kelsey and I, thank you all for being here, and thank you to the contributors.
And watch for the next one.
Oh yeah, we'll let you know when we schedule.
All right.
Nice.